Hi everyone, how are you? I'm having a fatigue day today, and someone in the FND support group reminded me that when you're having a symptoms flare up, maybe you need to change your expectations of what you're able to do in any given day. So even though I was hoping I could work later today, I just have to do what you can when you can and be okay with not doing what I would have planned or hoped to do today. So just resting, being kind to myself, not fussing about trying to get everything done, and just the bare minimum to keep alive and yeah, get through the day. Something I wanted to talk about, which I've had a lot of requests about, is medication. What is the role of medication for FND? Now, my videos are not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not your neurologist or GP or psychiatrist or other specialist. So you should refer to them for medical advice, not me. I can only share about my personal experience and what I've read from other people in our support groups who have FND. So when people have asked me, oh, what medications have you taken? Do they help you? I don't want to talk about specific types of meds that I've had because they may not be suitable for you, and what has worked for me may not have worked for you. But I'll just share about my experience of medication and FND. And we need to keep in mind that many people have other conditions as well as just neurological symptoms. So your specialist might be prescribing you things that are going to help with one set of symptoms, and they may or may not have any correlation with FND. So for me, when I was first experiencing functional symptoms, it was mainly fatigue. I had a medical episode with a range of things going on: non-epileptic seizures, migraine, pain, paralysis, and didn't really know what that was until after I got diagnosed. So the main symptom I had for a while was just fatigue, and initially I was given some I was living overseas, so I'm trying to think how to describe in English. Yeah, like some kind of alternate therapies to try to help with energy, and some vitamins and other supplements. And I found that they didn't really assist me actually very much, like maybe only a small amount. And I had been eating pretty healthily anyway, and the blood test showed I was slightly low in potassium, but and iron was fine, so I was actually quite in a good range for a lot of the things in the blood test, so there wasn't anything specific that I needed improvement on in those areas. I got some medication to deal with migraines, and that was mainly pain relief. Then I've seen a range of different doctors, right? And so I've been prescribed different medications by different doctors to deal with different things over time. So for my migraines, I was put on a migraine preventative medication, and my neurologist put me on that and explained that there's actually a range of different medications that they can prescribe. And some of them have different side effects and different benefits. So I was put on an antidepressant, anti-anxiety med, and that was for my mood and also for migraines, because apparently that can have an effect. And that one, because I was feeling so confused and stressed about all the unknowns, and I did feel low mood, I did feel quite down, and I felt like things would easily make me feel anxious. Like just talking to somebody, I would feel like a stress within me. And I think having the antidepressants and seeing my psychologist and having counseling, that really helped for my mental health. As far as if they helped my migraines, I'm not so sure, but because it lifted my mood, that helped me to have more capacity to cope with everyday things. The other migraine preventative that I was put on, for me, I'm not sure that it ever helped me. It might help other people. and there was some side effects, and for me those side effects were not worth taking it. And for example, one of the side effects was fatigue. So you're trying to take this medication to reduce the severity or chance of a migraine, but then you're having fatigue. And for me, like, fatigue was one of the main things. Isn't there a wonder drug that will just fix it all? Well, there isn't. So there's no known cure for FND or any kind of pill that you can take that will just make it all go away in terms of fixing your FND. Now, there's other kinds of medication. My neurologist explained to me that one of the migraine meds is actually a epilepsy medication. But anyway, he explained this range of different ones that you can try, and they all have their own kind of potentials and side effects. In the end, my migraines actually reduced over time, and so I now only get once or twice a month, and I'm not on any preventative medication. I just take a painkiller, and I'm off the antidepressants. So and a lot of these types of meds, it's not something that you can just stop taking. You need to reduce gradually, or if you're changing to a new medication, you need to reduce gradually before introducing the new one. So I'm not a doctor, I can't give medical advice, but please don't just stop taking something because you don't like it or because you're not sure about it. Please make sure you talk to your doctor first. Yeah, one thing that I have heard people say, people have said so many different things, and I'm not sure that there's scientific evidence to support, or there's kind of anecdotal evidence, and there's not sufficient enough evidence. For example, B6 injections, some people report that it helps with their energy. Some people seem to get overdose and it doesn't help them. Another one that people have mentioned is being treated like they have epilepsy and being given anti-epilepsy medication for seizures, and then only later getting the FND diagnosis and having kind of long-term health problems because they were given the wrong medication. So I think that's really terrible. You should get all the proper tests in case you have any other condition. If you have epilepsy, yes, have that medication. But if you're having non-epileptic seizures, or what in FND terms we call dissociative attacks, then the epilepsy medication is not going to help you. Yeah, I think that's kind of the summary of the things that I've learnt from people in our support groups, is that if you have some other kind of condition, medication can totally help with that, and hopefully the side effects don't make things worse. For FND, there's no magic pill cure. There might be things that assist. If you have chronic pain, if you have tremors, sometimes they just say psychotherapy can help retraining the brain. And for example, for me, physiotherapy helped with my walking and my tremors and my stuttering and learning some techniques, how to deal with them. But there was no specific pills that kind of made the functional symptoms better. So in summary, I hope that you have a doctor or a range of doctors that you see that you can trust and you can ask questions. And please feel free to share what's worked for you. I think it's the range of people's experiences that can help educate our medical professionals as far as what works and what doesn't. So what has worked for you? Is there anything that you would definitely stay away from? It's about finding the right team of support and, I guess, a combination approach for what's specific for you that will help you and hopefully not make things worse. In my upcoming videos, I want to talk about how to find that team of support of family and friends and doctors, and how to educate people about your condition who you need to rely upon, and helping them have awareness about your condition. Thanks. Bye for now.